As a freelance maintenance worker, my days are filled with the familiar clatter of tools and the satisfaction of solving tangible problems. It's a simple, uneventful existence. But tonight, as I sit alone in my modest living room, my heart races with an unfamiliar cocktail of excitement and anxiety. It's been exactly 1 week since I swiped right on her, Lilith. That name still sends an inexplicable shiver down my spine. Our first encounter was nothing short of intoxicating, a blend of charm and mystery that left me yearning for more. She was unlike anyone I'd ever met. Her laughter, a melody that seemed to dance in the air. Her gaze, piercing yet inviting. And now, as I await our second meeting, I can't help but feel a twinge of something else. Foreboding, perhaps? I glance at my watch, noting the slow passage of time. In an hour, I'll see her again. My mind replays our last conversation, a tangle of flirtation and intrigue. It was almost as if she saw right through me, to a part of myself I didn't know existed. The room around me feels suddenly stifling, the walls closing in. I stand up, pacing. My small apartment, usually a haven of solitude, now feels like a stage set for a play. I don't quite understand the maintenance tools scattered around, a reminder of my day-to-day life, seem irrelevant now, artifacts of a life that feels increasingly distant. I try to shake off the unease. It's just nerves, I tell myself, a normal reaction to the anticipation of a romantic encounter. But deep down, I know it's more than that. There's something about Lilith that's both exhilarating and terrifying. It's as if she's awakened a part of my soul that's been dormant, and now there's no turning back. The clock ticks on, each second a steady drumbeat counting down to her arrival. I find myself standing at the window, gazing out into the night. The city lights twinkle like distant stars, a stark contrast to the darkness that seems to grow within me. It's then that I realize, I'm not just waiting for Lilith. I'm waiting for an answer to a question I hadn't dared to ask myself. What does it mean to feel truly alive? And at what cost? With a deep breath, I turn away from the window. The hour is nearly upon me. It's time to face whatever this night holds. The doorbell rings, slicing through the silence of my apartment like a sharp knife. My heart leaps into my throat. It's her. I open the door, and there she stands. The sight of her sends a wave of conflicting emotions through me. She's wearing a simple black dress that seems to absorb the light around her, making her pale skin glow ethereally. Her eyes, a deep shade of crimson, lock onto mine, and I find myself momentarily lost in their depth. Alex, she purrs, her voice a melody that resonates with something primal within me. I've been looking forward to this. I step aside to let her in, my mouth dry. The moment she crosses the threshold, the atmosphere in my apartment shifts. It's as if her presence brings a charge to the air, a palpable tension that's both exhilarating and terrifying. She glides into the room, her movements fluid and graceful. I close the door behind her, and for a moment, we stand there in silence, the sound of our breathing the only noise in the room. I am glad you could make it, I manage to say, struggling to keep my voice steady. Lilith smiles, and it's like the room brightens. I wouldn't miss it for the world. She replies, her gaze never leaving mine. We sit on the couch, and she turns to face me. As she speaks, her words weave a seductive tapestry, each sentence drawing me in deeper. She talks of desires, of hidden wants, and unexplored pleasures. Her hand finds mine, her touch sending shivers up my spine. Alex, you're different, she whispers, her face inches from mine. You crave more than the mundane life you lead. I can give you what you desire. I feel a warning scream in the back of my mind, but it's quickly drowned out by the sound of my racing heart. Her presence, so intoxicating, overrides my senses. I find myself nodding, agreeing to her veiled suggestions, the implications of which I don't fully understand. The conversation takes bizarre turns, her requests growing increasingly outlandish. She asks about my deepest fears, my darkest secrets, and I, caught in her web, reveal them all. As the minutes tick by, a mix of fear and excitement courses through me. I am aware, on some level, that I'm treading dangerous waters, but the thrill of the unknown, the allure of Lilith's dark charm, is too potent to resist. She leans in closer, and I can feel her breath on my skin. "Let go, Alex," she murmurs. "Embrace the darkness within you. I can show you wonders you've never imagined." And in that moment, caught in the gaze of this enigmatic creature, I find myself succumbing to the seduction, unaware of the true nature of the predator sitting beside me. The room spins around me, the walls pulsating as if they're alive. Lilith's presence has transformed the space into something unrecognizable, a realm where the lines between reality and illusion blur. She stands before me, no longer just the mesmerizing woman I thought I knew. Her form shifts, shadows swirling around her, her eyes glowing with an unearthly light. It's both horrifying and fascinating, and I'm rooted to the spot, unable to look away. "Alex," she whispers, her voice now carrying an echo as if coming from a distant abyss. "Do you see? Do you understand?" I try to speak, but my words are lost in a throat constricted by fear. My mind struggles to comprehend the scene unfolding before me. Lilith, or whatever she truly is, moves closer, the air around her crackling with a dark energy. "You're special, Alex. You always were," she says, her tone soft yet laced with something sinister. "I could feel your longing, your desire for something more. That's why I chose you." Chose me? For what? The questions race through my mind, but they're overshadowed by the terror gripping my heart. I want to run, to escape this nightmare, but my body refuses to obey. As she nears, the room distorts further. The furniture, the walls, even the air itself seems to bend to her will. I feel like I'm trapped in a surreal painting, the world around me a canvas for her dark art. "Resist all you want," Alex, Lilith says, her form now looming over me. "But it's futile. You've already given yourself to me." I feel a pressure building in my head, a maddening urge to succumb to her. Part of me wants to give in, to end this terrifying limbo. But another part, a deeper, more primal part, fights to hold on to sanity, to reality. Her face is inches from mine now, her features contorting into something grotesque and otherworldly. I can see the true nature of the creature that masquerades as a woman, a being from a realm beyond human comprehension. The terror is overwhelming, a tidal wave crashing over me, threatening to drag me under. I'm losing myself in her presence, my identity, my humanity slipping away. I muster every ounce of willpower. I have left, a desperate attempt to break free from her spell. "No," I gasp, the word a faint whisper. But as I look into her eyes, those deep, abyssal eyes, I realize the horrifying truth. It's too late. I've already fallen into her trap and there's no escape. The room fades to black, and I'm left floating in a void, the last remnants of my will dissolving in the darkness. The darkness around me is complete, a suffocating void where time and space lose meaning. I can feel Lilith's presence enveloping me, a cold, malevolent force that drains the very essence of my being. Her monstrous form is a nightmare made flesh. What once was the guise of a beautiful woman is now a horrifying amalgamation of shadows and malice. Her eyes burn with a cruel light, and her mouth, a gaping mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth, opens as if to consume my soul. "I am the end of your pitiful existence. Alex," she hisses, her voice a cacophony of twisted echoes. "You invited me in, and now I will take everything." I'm paralyzed, both by fear and by some dark power she wields. My heart pounds in my chest, a frantic drumbeat heralding my doom. I want to scream, to fight, to flee, but I'm trapped in this hellish tableau, a prisoner in my own body. As she draws closer, the air around me grows colder, the chill seeping into my bones. I can feel my life force ebbing away, drawn out by her insatiable hunger. In these last agonizing moments, my mind races with thoughts of regret, of missed opportunities and unspoken words. How did my search for connection, for something more than my mundane existence, lead me here to this unspeakable end? Lilith's laughter fills the room, a sound that is both beautiful and terrifying. "You were so easy to seduce, Alex, so willing to plunge into the depths of your desires, and now you shall pay the price." I can feel my consciousness fading, my vision narrowing to a single point of light in the overwhelming darkness. My body feels distant, a mere shell as my essence is siphoned away. With my last bit of strength, I try to form words, a final plea or perhaps a curse. But nothing comes out. I'm a silent witness to my own demise. The room, the monster before me, my own body, everything starts to dissolve into nothingness. I'm falling, sinking into an abyss from which there is no return. And then there's only silence, a profound, eternal silence that engulfs me as everything fades to black.